This is Jackie with All Access, and I am here with American authors at Day 2 of Delaware's Firefly Festival. Yeah. Say that one 3 times fast. It's also a Friday.
Firefly Festival, Firefly Festival, Firefly Festival, Firefly Festival, No, that's it.
You could probably just keep going.
Just keep going all day.
Damn. You beat me. You beat me already.
It's all right.
But
we'll see how the rest of the interview
But you're the professional. Speaking of which, describe your sound to all of our listeners and viewers out there.
We like to describe it, if you've heard our main single, Best Day of My Life, or our new single, Believer, I think one would call it Celtic Psycho-Hardcore.
Psycho-Celtic.
Psycho-Celtic hardcore, I always mess it up. But, yeah, pretty much, those 2 songs kind of sum it up right there with that.
Seriously, are you reading? I feel like everyone's reading off of my questions. I was going to say, what song off of Oh What a Life best represents your sound?
I think, our music, I think with this album, Oh What a Life, we took so many different influences from so many different places, so it's all kind of all across the board with rock music, with modern synths and banjos and acoustic instruments and accordions and Latin and African percussion, so I think Best Day of My Life and our new single, Believer, definitely are good representations. But then you also have kind of more epic rock ballads like Home and Luck. It's just like a very big hodgepodge of musical influences, but somehow it turned out to be really cohesive.
I like that musicians, you guys especially, are willing to take risks and not be so generic, yet it still ends up being very radio friendly, which is also, it's like a win-win, I'm sure. Tell me about your video for your new single, Believer.
Our new single, Believer, yeah, we just released a music video for it. Pretty much it was kind of shot between Los Angeles and Brooklyn. We did all the performance aspect in our neighborhood of Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York, between that and Williamsburg, and we had a lot of fun just going around the city. And then the narrative aspect, which we shot out in LA, it kind of tells the story of these 2 kids who are kind of these outsiders, and they're running around and they're kind of working on something, building a project, and I guess you're just going to have to watch the video to find out what they make at the end and what happens to them, because it's pretty crazy.
I won't be a spoiler, but I will ask a tricky question. Why make a music video in 2014? There's no channel that plays them anymore.
Well...
There should be.
There's actually a lot more channels now that play music videos. I mean,
not constantly.
It's still, like our good friends at VH1 and whatnot, they're always spinning our videos, and they've been so supportive with that. But then also, it's YouTube and everything online is just crazy. That's what it's all about. I feel like people are releasing music videos more frequently now than ever in the past. So, we just like to give our fans and give our viewers as much content as we can.
And thankfully, technology is making it easier where you can crank out a video or 2 and make it more accessible faster. Mm-hmm. So I blame technology, and it's not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Your songs can be found places other than VH1 on TV. What about in movies and games?
Movies and games. Yeah, tons of movies and games. For example, our song Best Day of My Life was featured in the trailers for Vince Vaughn's The Delivery Man, Secret Life of Walter Mitty this past holiday season. And then one of our songs, it's called Hit It. It's featured in FIFA 14, the soccer video game. So getting stoked up for the World Cup when you play that one, I was
going to say, can you play soccer?
He can. He's really good.
What position do you play?
Well, I played goalkeeper, but kind of all of them.
Man, that's a really stressful position. Do you think it's more stressful to be a musician or a goalkeeper?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends.
Oh my God, a goalkeeper? Are you kidding?
It depends.
Oh.
It depends.
It does not depend on anything.
Are we at FIFA or are we at the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, you're not playing soccer, honey.
Yeah, I know, but you are playing the halftime show.
Yeah, but they put all the music in the tracks anyway at the halftime show, so it doesn't even matter. All you need to do is look good and make sure your boob doesn't fall out.
Which
still happens, and it's all good. Yeah. Sometimes
you're not in charge of winning or losing the game. I mean, that to me.
Yeah, no, I goalkeeper for sure, dude.
I would think if you lose the game, you got to flip one out. You'd be all good. Just a suggestion. I don't know.
I'm gonna drop pants today, and everything will be fine.
I'm actually not wearing any right now.
Just a really long shirt.
Just a really long shirt.
So as music sort of veers away from being this less CD tangible thing. You know, growing up back in the day, we used to go out to the store and always buy complete CDs.
Man,
How do
bringing
you
back good memories.
how do you measure success now?
How do you measure success now? I guess you can measure it. I guess measuring success is always different to different people, and it's kind of how you want to look at it.
How do you measure success?
I know for us, it's about like setting small goals and achieving them, as best as we can. Having our song on the radio, getting a record deal, like those things, it's not like a common thing. So having those little things, like these little things that just build and build upon themselves, I feel like that's kind of how you measure it. I don't think there's ever a point when you're just like, I've made it, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot of things that get you there.
And watching our tour game grow too is really cool because we've been touring for so long. For the past year and a half, just nonstop touring. And I think it's really cool to see where we were last summer and the size rooms that we were playing then, and then, to where we're at now. And even if you just want to compare like festival-wise, when we were doing festivals last year, we were the first band of the day. And now we get to come here, and now we get to be middle to later of the day. But it's cool to see that and know that you've grown over the past year and that you still do have room to keep going, which is fun.
Especially when later on the Foo Fighters are playing and they're not even the last band to play in the night.
Amen. Foo Fighters, get your damn act together. Thought you'd be there by now.
Well, playing Firefly is definitely a benchmark. So now that you've been playing festivals as well as small clubs, do you prefer the big festival setting or the smaller, more intimate club settings?
I think they're both different. They both have their advantages, and I don't know. I like the intimacy of clubs, but I also like looking out and seeing a sea of people. You know what I mean? They're both very different. I can't really say I prefer one or the other.
Big festivals, I love it.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen at a festival? Because there are some pretty weird things that happen.
That's true. I don't know.
Maybe it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I like to imagine I'm going to look out in the crowd and see a big orgy going on or something like that, just right in the middle.
I might have missed that last weekend at Bonnaroo.
I think it happens, right? It has to happen. I'm waiting to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
Social media is very important, if not epically important. How do you use social media to spread the word?
Well, we're very active on social media. Let me tell you a little thing about social media. No, I think it's super important to us. It's us doing it. We do our Twitter and our Facebook. We even check our email, and it's so cool that we can stay so connected with fans and let them into our lives and show them what we're doing, aside from playing shows and recording in the studio. And so I think it's awesome. It's such a necessity nowadays, and it's such a huge part of everybody's life.
I think as long as you find a good balance between sharing and sharing too much, then you're good.
Right, exactly. Like the pants off thing.
Every once in a while is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
We got some good pants off photos on our Instagram. You can find them somewhere.
That's a good tease right there.
Hashtag American Authors. Yeah. Hashtag American Authors, and you'll see some pants off, maybe. Maybe.
Well, tomorrow's the first day of summer, speaking of no pants.
Cool.
That's my segue. Enjoy it.
I love that.
What's one song, either of your own or someone else's, that is sort of quintessential summer?
Quintessential summer. Best Day of My Life by American Authors. Duh.
I was going to say Everybody Wang Chung tonight after that pants comment.
Oh, everybody Wang Chung tonight, baby. No, there's always a lot of great summer songs. Every year always has a different cool summer song.
That's true.
Will Smith had a good one, too.
What, Miami? Or Getting Jiggy With It? Or Wild Wild West?
Summer, summer, summertime. Time to sit back and unwind.
Is that a really old school one?
Yes, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Oh, man, okay.
Look it up.
I'm more of maybe the ba with the ba, the bang, biggie, 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 said the boogie, said up, jump the boogie. Summer!
Yeah, with the windows down. Okay.
Mix. You just throw the word summer into any song you like.
Yeah, you just put your hands through the sky roof. I love summer.
And as long as you're partially naked, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's up next for American Authors after Firefly?
We're currently on tour with One Republic in the Script, all summer long. So we actually just flew out from Chicago to do this festival, and then we'll leave tomorrow morning, finish up the tour. We'll pretty much be on tour with them all summer long, and then at the end of the summer, we'll go over to Europe for some festivals. We'll come back to the States, and then we will be headlining the Honda Civic Tour in October and November.
Man, you guys really get around. So stay tuned for more from American authors. This is Jackie with All Access and In the Key of Change.